What is up, guys, and welcome back to our Boston Bruins franchise mode series. We're in the playoffs. We're in the second round. We're facing the Toronto Maple Leafs. In the first round, we completely dismantled the New York Rangers, beat them in a couple of one-goal games, a two-goal game, and a three-goal game. But that is in the rearview mirror as we are on our way to the Stanley Cup, hopefully. But the Toronto Maple Leafs stand on our way as of now. Let's take a look at the Leafs. Holy shit! Look at the ratings. We have a 1-point advantage in offense and a 1-point advantage in goaltending. Defense is even. So let's look at their lines before we get too far into this video. I need to burp once again. Okay, so here's our lines. And something to note, I guess, is the a little bit of regression from Hansel and Pavelski. Both of them have lost their third line role. Hansel is listed as depth, and Pavelski is listed as minor scoring. So they don't need to be on special teams to get their ice time. They can just play their regular lines. Mueller, however, is still top 4. And it doesn't really matter at this point. Let's go right into the Leafs lines. And here is their team. They got a first line of Dmytro Timashov, Austin Matthews, and Mitchell Marner. Pretty good top line, 3 playmakers. But I feel like our first line is better as we have a trio of 89s. Their second line, JVR, Brian Little, and Patrick Hornqvist. 2-time Stanley Cup champ Patrick Hornqvist. They got sniper, playmaker, power forward. Good combination of player types there. Third line of Kirby Reichel, Nazem Kadri, William Nylander. A couple of playmakers and a power forward. So I should say for their top 6, both their lines are really good. But I feel like both of our lines are even better. So it's pretty even, but like I said, I feel like ours is a little bit better. But their third line, however, I think is a little bit better than ours, as they have all 85 pluses. Pretty scary third line for the Leafs. Fourth line of Nikita Soshnikov, Frederick Gauthier, and Eric Fair. Power forward and a couple of two-way forwards. Not the scariest. They got pretty weak. In terms of offense, at least, like a bunch of 4 and 3.5 stars for their offensive categories, but that's not really what a fourth line does. So just moving on to their defense, they got Morgan Rielly still, 93 overall offensive defenseman on their top pairing. He's paired with Connor Carrick, a couple of offensive defensemen there. I mean, Connor Carrick's not the best first line guy, but he definitely evens out with Morgan Rielly to present a pretty good top pairing, probably about even with ours. Their second pairing, though, is a little bit weak with Jakub Zaboral and Michael Stone. So I feel like our second line is a little bit better than that, as we have an 84 and an 87. Their third pairing of Andrew Nielsen and Nikita Zaitsev, a couple of 83s, not bad for a third pairing, but ours is better, as we have a couple of 84s. In the net, they do still have Frederick Anderson as an 88 overall and a pretty bad backup, but he does not matter. Looking at the stats, 6 games played for the Leafs, nearly a 93 save percentage for Anderson, and just over a 2 goals against for him. So he's played pretty well in the first round of the playoffs. Let's look at their point production through 6 games. Timashov has 3, Matthews with 6, and Marner with 4. So not the best first line production, but Matthews is still a point a game and still always dangerous. Second line, 3, 4, and 6. So Hornqvist point a game. Their second line's pretty good overall, but nothing too incredibly scary. Third line, 1, 1, and 0. So their third line's kind of weak. At least they were in the first round. And Nylander's a -1. The other 2 guys are 0s. So our third line's been pretty weak so far. It was their weak point in the first round of the playoffs, despite it being relatively their best line. But that's okay. Soshnikov, 4 points. Gauthier, 3. And Fair, 0. All those guys are +2, though. So some good scoring from the fourth line, and they're all plus players. Nylander's the only minus on the team, so pretty balanced all around. They don't really have a weak point in terms of their forward lines. Defensively, however, Rielly with 5 points, Carrick with 3, Zaboral 0, 2, 1, and 2. And all these guys are pluses, so the top line is getting a few points, and then the bottom 4 are getting just a couple, but not really where you're going to find scores. I should say. So let's get right into this first game. We do have home ice advantage. And so yeah, we're playing in Boston for this game 1. So the keys to the series are probably going to be to hold their top 9 in check in terms of scoring. And then Frederik Andersen might cause a little bit of a problem, but I can't imagine that he would be too big of an obstacle. So just kind of playing good all-around defense should be a big key for us. So let's get right into it this first period. And I forgot to go to goals. No goals were scored, however. 0-0. We're out shooting them by 5. So let's see if that can change in the second. And it does, but not in our favor, as Connor Carrick scores for the Leafs. We're still out shooting them by 5, though, so whatever that's about. So we can't figure out Frederik Andersen. And, of course, EA listened to me. They listened to me saying that he was not a big obstacle. And they said, you know what, fuck you. He's going to get a shutout in this game 1. So third period, let's see if we can at least break this shutout and hopefully force an overtime or even just win in regulation. Needed some water there. Both teams had a power play. Did not convert, as we are down to about 5 minutes left in this regulation. Let's see if we can come back and force overtime. Power play. Nylander scores an empty netter. So shutout loss game 1 on 33 shots. And, you know, I just got punished. I got punished for saying that Andersen wasn't great. And he got a shutout. Rask, second star. Carrick, third star with the game-winning goal. We've already lost home ice advantage. Okay. Well, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles. And so I just struggle to say that. I just need to slow down when I'm saying some things. Sometimes I like to say things and I just want to get them out as fast as possible. And it just does not work for me. So, game 2 in Boston. This is pretty much a must-win. If we lose this game, we'll be in a 2-0 hole headed into Toronto for 2 games. So, we just need this win, boys. We really need this win. And the first period was good to us, as Ryan Getzlaf has 2/3 of a hat trick as he scores 1 from the opposite end of the ice. Over half the rink away. Second goal from the right face-off circle. Out shooting them by 1, outscoring them by 2, second period. Marchand gets the goal for us from a little bit above the hash marks, right in the slot area. Out shooting them by 4, outscoring them by 3. Make that 2. God damn it. As we get a penalty kill here, can we kill it off? Oh my lord! Are they going to get a penalty, or are they going to get a power play for the entire period? Jesus Christ, we took 3 minor penalties. Marchand hooking, Hansel hooking, JFK high sticking. Come on, you assholes. It's not how you win playoff games. It's not how you win playoff games. So let's just keep going. 10 minutes left. Still have a 2-goal lead. Can Rask keep it this way and come out with the W? Head to Toronto with at least an even series. Zaboral brings it within 1. Oh, thank God. Merkel Mueller with the empty netter. I literally put my hands in like the universal praying symbol there. Put them together like I was praying. And the good Lord above came through. Merkel Mueller himself. Getzlaf first star, Rask and Marchand round out the 3 stars. So we're headed back to Toronto with a tie series, and with the goal of at least getting 1 game so we can head back to Boston with home ice advantage once again. So let's get right into this game 4, game 3. Good Lord. Already getting a little bit ahead of myself, as I wish it was game 4 and I wish we were up 2-1, but it is not quite to that point yet. Maybe a little foreshadowing on my part? I hope so. Game 3 in Toronto. Let's see if we can keep up that hot performance from game 2. Somewhat, as Getzlaf gets on the board at the end of the first to tie it up from Kadri's goal at the beginning of the first. They are doubling us up in shots, but the scoring is still even at 1. So let's see what happens in the second period. Holy fuck. So 4 goals there. They're still out shooting us by 9. But Rask is playing much better than Frederik Andersen so far in this game. Bergeron and Fiala score for us. And then Riley and Hornqvist score for the Maple Leafs. Pivotal third period here for the Bruins. 15 minutes left. Still getting outshot by double digits. My goodness. And Gauthier gets a goal as soon as we... Oh, Marchand scores. Okay. Okay. Pause. 13:07. So Gauthier scored as soon as the Leafs went on a penalty kill from Brian Little's interference at 13-19. And then Brad Marchand scores on the power play. So they took a penalty, but the score was still even heading out of that power play. 5 minutes left, 4-4 game here. Game 3 against Toronto. Can we come through with the victory? Good Lord, they're outplaying us so hard right now. They're outshooting us by 15. But the score is still 4-4 as Tuukka Rask is playing very well. Frederik Andersen is playing not so much well, as that just didn't make any sense. Not so much well. Yeah, sure, whatever, bud. Whatever. But Rask is keeping us in this game, and as I say that, he's going to let in a horseshit goal after 5 insane saves from Frederik Andersen, because that is how the game works. Especially when it's me with the controls. At least it seems that way. So let's just fix our settings here, and then head right into True Broadcast. All right. Head out of the settings menu. There's so many. It'd be nice if the menus just worked a lot faster than they did, but they don't. Bergeron here with the face-off against Matthews. He gets a little stick lift win back to Riley, up to Timashov. The Leafs are already behind the goal line as Timashov loses it to Pastrnak. Okay, he dumps it in as he was quite outnumbered there in the zone. Bergeron with a little board battle. Pastrnak takes it. Back to the point to Vlasic. Slap shot. Rebound. Oh my gosh. Nicky had a perfect rebound. But good defense there by Connor Carrick. Good defense. Vlasic on the point. Honka with a slapper. Glove save by Frederik Andersen there on the Julius Honka bullet from the point. Solid glove there, and we're going to get a replay of that. Okay, sound effects there for you. You're welcome. So we got our first line out here for a face-off in the offensive zone. Bergeron versus Matthews. Can Bergeron take this one? No, he cannot. Tied up again by Austin Matthews. It's thrown up to Marner. He brings it in the zone. Riley on the point. Timashov. Oh, it was loose in front of the Rask, but he picked it up. So all of our guys just skated right down towards the net and towards the goal line, and that just left their defense wide open. So Riley had a lot of space there, but he chose to pass it instead of holding on to it. Pass it to Timashov there. As you can see the replay, and it just fell in front of Rask. No one picked it up, but Rask did. So defensive zone face-off here for Getzlaf. And he gets the win over Austin Matthews. So Bergeron couldn't get it done, but Getzlaf did. It's thrown around the boards. Getzlaf up to Marchand, who loses the puck in the neutral zone. But big hit by Marchand on Carrick. A little 3-on-1 here. Post saying back to Marchand. He should have passed it to Getzlaf. Snipe. What? It didn't go in? Oh my God. Marchand off the post. Look at this. Post off Frederik Andersen's skate, but it just dies. And Frederik Andersen is able to pick the puck up before it trickles in. Getzlaf offensive zone face-off, wins it straight back to Vlasic, who passes it to JVR. I think Vlasic forgot what team he was on or something. Honka back to get a little board battle there. Hornqvist picks it up, and we're on the penalty kill. We're on the penalty kill. Julius Honka took a penalty there. And, yeah, overtime penalty kill for the Bruins. Is that a hook? Yeah, he hooked him. Patrick Hornqvist drawing the penalties there behind the net. Good play by him. So we got Pavelski and Hansel out there. I need to take Pavelski off the penalty kill. Anyways, Hansel with the face-off win. Mueller comes in, tries to clear it, can't quite do it. Zaboro slapper. Off of Rask's helmet, maybe? I don't know. Brodin gets it behind the net. Little board battle there. JVR picks it up to the front of the net. It's turned over, and Mueller once again with the wimpy-ass clear. But this time, it at least gets out of the zone. So Stone back to get it for the Leafs. Looks like Pavelski was tripped up a little bit, but no call there. A little dump in for the Leafs. Brodin back to get it. He clears it back down the ice. Can we get a line change here, boys? Get Bergeron back out there. Nope, Pavelski is still out there. Up to Timashov, all the way across the ice to Little. He brings it in. Little resistance at the blue line. Nice nifty passes there from the Leafs, but they turn it over. Mueller clears it, and that will kill the penalty as Zaboro back to get it. Pavelski could have lit him up if he wanted to. Pavelski gets the puck in the zone. What's he going to do? Pass it across the crease. Getzlaf was a little bit too deep, though. Back to Vlasic. Back again to Getzlaf. Back again to Vlasic, who carries it all the way across the zone. Back to Hosang. Back to Vlasic. Back to Hosang. Slapper, and that does not make it to the net. Stone picks it up and gets it up to JVR. Up to Matthews into the zone. A little weak-ass slap shot by him. And then we just completely outskated the puck there. JVR picks it up. Still has it behind the net. Won a one-on-two battle there. Rally at the point. Over to Carrick. Back to Matthews. Over to Timashov. Little weak backhander. No problem for Tuukka Rask. And I just want this game to be over. Oh, this is getting pretty long now. We're like 16 minutes into the video, and we're only at Game 3. And there's no end in sight for this game. So Getzlaf here with a defensive zone face-off against Nazem Kadri. Can he get it done? Let's find out. No, Kadri with a clean win. Back to Riley. Over to Nylander, who loses the puck but gets it back. To Carrick, to Nylander, to Reichel behind the net. What's he going to do? Wheels around. Still has it. One-timer. Big save by Rask. And good defensive play there by number 17. Not exactly sure who that is, but he kept... Oh, Marchand breakaway. What's he going to do? He's just going to skate away. All right. Tries the centering pass. Does not make it to number 17. That's Getzlaf. He had the good defensive play there. Oh, big hit by Getzlaf on Connor Carrick. Getzlaf with a pretty big shift there. Defensive end. He ties somebody up in front of the net to keep them from getting a good opportunity. And he had a nice cross-crease opportunity, and then he just levels a defenseman. So Marchand gets the puck, bringing it out of the zone. To Bergeron, what's he going to do with it? Back to Marchand. Back to the point to McAvoy. Back again to Bergeron, who turns it over. It's poked off his stick as soon as he picks it up. Little 3-on-2 for the Leafs. Kadri back to Reichel. What's he going to do? Carries it in, loses it to McAvoy. Up to Pastrnak to Nicky, who gets decked by that defenseman there. Number 53 for the Leafs. Pastrnak was slow to get up, but he is back in the play now. Reichel has the puck and tries to dump it in, but it goes into the benches. Needed a break there, so good thing there was a whistle. Oh, man. Andrew Nielsen just destroyed number 16. It wasn't Pastrnak. I thought it was Pastrnak. I guess it was Nicky. So Nicky got just absolutely decked there by Nielsen. But he is fine. He is back up and playing on the ice right now, actually. So Bergeron with the win back to Carlo. Nicky brings the puck in the zone. What's he going to do with it? Passes it at Anderson. Gets it back. One-timer. There you go, Nicky. Big dick play there by Vitaly Nikolitin. So he does a nice little pad pass off of Frederik Anderson's pads to himself. Picks it back up. Okay, gets the puck, brings it in the zone. A little pad pass here. Sticks down by Anderson. But Nicky picks it back up, wheels around, and Bergeron is getting to the front of the net with there. So who's this? So Eric Fair, Gauthier right here was covering Bergeron. Eric Fair just runs into Gauthier. That's a really good screen right there. So then Bergeron's wide up in front of the net. Nicky makes a nice pass. Bergeron one-times that home. No doubt about it. 2-1 series lead here for the Boston Bruins. We're outshot by 13, but we outscored them by 1. And that's pretty much Bergeron's shot there. The little one-timer from like the little bumper / slot area on the power play. He can get that one-timer off quick. And it proved to be the game winner there in Game 3 of the playoffs. So we're headed to Game 4 in Toronto. We have taken home ice back, but it'd be really nice to get this victory here and head back to Boston with a chance to clinch the series in Game 5. First period, Bergeron. He scored the last 3 goals in this series. First 2 goals of this game. We're getting outshot by 1, but we're outscoring them by 2. Good first period. Can we continue this in the second period? Yes, we can. Bergeron finishes off the hat trick. 3 minutes into the second. Honka gets a goal for us. We're up 4-zip. Here we go. Third period here. With a chance to go up 3-1, headed back to Boston. We're up 4-zip on the game. So good performance here for the Bruins as Hosang scores. Nylander gets it back, prevents Rask from having a shutout. Good performance so far in these first 4 games for the Bruins. We did get shut out in Game 1, but we've bounced back now. Oh my god. Oh my god, are you serious? What the fuck? Dude! Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, oh. Why do I even talk? Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, son of a bitch, man. Son of a bitch. Holy shit. Sorry, boys. I had to throw it on the headset there. I wanted to yell a little bit. Didn't want to yell in y'all's ear. Ho-Sang scores to make it a 5-goal game. And then William Nylander scores to, like I said, prevent Rask from getting a shutout. And then Timashov scores. And then Carrick scores. And then Hornqvist scores. And then Soshnikov scores. And now we're headed to overtime. Absolute fucking collapse there by the Boston Bruins. Absolute fucking collapse. We had a 5-0 lead with 12 minutes to go in the game, and we're going to overtime. I don't know what to say about that. I really don't. I have nothing to say about that third period. Except for, thank God for Ho-Sang. If he wouldn't have scored, we would have lost in regulation. That's what I get for saying that we're going... we have a 3-1 series lead. And so that's what I fucking get. So we've played really well this series, other than Game 1, where we got shut out, and then the third period of Game 4, where we gave up a 5-goal lead. So let's just watch this shit, man. Let's just watch this collapse in just spectacular fashion. So the Leafs have scored 4 goals in the last 7 minutes. Came back from a 5-0 deficit about halfway through the third. And now they have a chance to win it and head back to Boston tied up. So they win the faceoff too. Austin Matthews back to Riley, up to Timashov, who loses it to Honka, who clears it around, and nobody's there. Just nobody's there. Carrick down to Marner. Slap shot from the point, and Pastrnak sells out for the team there. Gotta love that, especially when you give up a 5-goal lead. Still playing hard. Pastrnak with the dekes. Back to Vlasic, back to Pastrnak, who gets it poked away from his stick, and it is cleared. Oh, man, I can't talk. I'm just so mad. Nicky brings it across the red line and then back the other direction. Over to Vlasic, up to Pastrnak. Nicky gets destroyed by Carrick. That's twice in 2 games Nicky has been destroyed. Honka over to Vlasic, slap shot. Big dick deflection. Oh, Pastrnak was on the back post. He had a chance at it, but couldn't quite knock it down as the Leafs carry it out of their zone here. Matthews over to Marner on the right wing. He gets hit by Vlasic, but does not lose the puck. Loses it on the net, though. And Vlasic is just... He was pushing Rask there. Stuck behind him. That's good to see. But Rask still makes the save and holds on for the face-off. Getzlaf versus Little here in the defensive zone. Well, let's see if we can win this face-off and go down and score really quickly. That'd be nice. It'd be really nice. And we do. Getzlaf gets the tie-up up to Ho-Sang, over to Marchand, who gets destroyed by number 47. But Getzlaf with a little breakaway here. Goes behind the net. Passes it back to McAvoy. Coming in hot. Slap shot is knocked down. And Zaboral carries it out for the Leafs and dumps it in. McAvoy back to retrieve, and he does just that. Pass it up to Getzlaf, who loses it towards the net. Brodin picks it up, though. Over to Ho-Sang. Over to Getzlaf. We can't get it out. McAvoy back to Brodin. Good passing there from the Bruins to get the puck out of the zone. Getzlaf brings it in, and he's clear. He tries to snipe it, but Anderson's there. One-timer. Oh, my God. Good play there by Getzlaf. Gets a little breakaway. Tries to beat Anderson in the 5-hole. Anderson closes it up. Getzlaf gets the rebound. Goes behind the net. One-timer right in front of the net for Marchand. Anderson is there once again, though. So that line is staying on for this offensive zone face-off. Once again against Brian Little. Can Getzlaf come out with the win? Gets tied up. JVR comes in and gets it for the Leafs and carries it out of the zone. Tries to dump it in. Loses it to Ho-Sang. Ho-Sang up to Marchand. A little deeky-deek there. Back to Brodin. Snipe. Nope. Anderson with the blocker save there on Brodin's shot. And the Leafs are carrying it into the zone. Not much defensive resistance there. JVR with a one-timer. JVR with the one-timer pass. And JVR is hooked behind the net. Son of a bitch. Back-to-back penalty kill overtime opportunities, I should say. Hansel with the face-off gets the tie-up. Carlo loses the puck, though. Cannot get the clear. And Marner passes it out of the zone. And then Riley with a shot. But nobody's going to fight. They're just going to hit each other. That's a shit ton of people hitting each other. As Riley shoots it on the net after the whistle. Hansel once again with the face-off on the PK versus Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews wins it clean. Marner brings it in, loses it, gets it back. Tries the pass across to Matthews, but is lost by him. Hansel dumps it in. And the Leafs are back to retrieve. Morgan Riley with a little 1-on-3 here. What can he do? He dumps it around. But Vlasic's the first one to the puck, and he clears it out to Carrick. Brought back in by Mitchell Marner. Over to Matthews. He is hit by Pavelski, and Hansel clears it once again. Good PK thus far from the Bruins. Only 15 seconds left to kill off. And Hansel's just flat-footed. Riley skates right past him, throws it offside. Hansel back to retrieve. Retrieves it once again, I should say. Vlasic to Carlo. What's he going to do with it? He gets hooked. So the Bruins are going on a power play here. Delayed penalty, empty net. We saw the puck. Back in the neutral zone. Here we go. 6-on-5 opportunity. Vlasic has it up to Marchand, who brings it in. Some toe drags. Slap shot. Anderson with the glove save. All right. Power play opportunity here for the Bruins. I need some water before this happens. You see Little just hooks Carlo right there. Take a seat, you fucking pylon. Slashing penalty for him. Getzlaf out there with the top power play unit against Soshnikov and Gauthier. What's going to happen here? Gauthier wins it straight back to Anderson, who covers it up. Another face-off here for the same folks. Can Getzlaf win this one back to Fiala, though? No, he cannot. He gets tied up. Morgan Riley comes in to Soshnikov, and they clear. Fiala back to retrieve. He picks it up and passes up to Getzlaf. A little 3-on-2 here for the Bruins. Nope. We let them get back. Fiala down the middle. Wide open. He loses it, or he ruins his opportunity. Passes it for a one-timer. It is blocked down, and Fiala goes and gets the clear. Fiala passes up to Honka. What's he going to do? Pass up to Getzlaf, it appears. Getzlaf has it, and he gets hit off the puck. Anderson picks it up, passes it up to Nielsen, who goes to Riley, who clears it down the ice. Honka goes back to pick it up. What's he going to do? Pass it up to Anderson. So he throws it on net from way back there. That does give us a little bit of an opportunity here. 2 seconds left on the power play. Offense's on face-off. We got to be wary of the guy that's going to be coming out of the box right here in 2 seconds. So if the Leafs win the face-off, they can pass it up to him, and he might have a little breakaway. So we got Pasternak, Bergeron, and Winberg out there versus Reichel and Kadri. And the Leafs win it straight back and then try to clear it, but Honka's back to get it. He does not let Little pick it up. Honka with the dump in. Winberg's after it. He has Zaboral on the boards here. Zaboral kicks it out, and then Pasternak picks it up, but gets hit off the puck. So Little is carrying it back up for the Leafs, and he dumps it in. Fiala back to retrieve, and he gets the puck up to Bergeron. All the way over to Pasternak. He carries it in the zone. Gets hit off the puck, picks it back up. Winberg with a slapper. It is deflected, though, and does not make it to Anderson. Deflected high and wide from the net. Hornqvist brings it up. A little 2-on-2 here for the Leafs. Honka steals it from him, though. Over to Pasternak. What's he going to do with it? Back to Fiala, who's still playing defenseman right now. Honka carries it in. What's he going to do? He's going to behind the net. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Honka here, wheeling around the net, tosses a nice little pass here for Pasternak to one-time it. But Pasternak, instead of one-timing it at the net, one-times it at this asshole here in the front row. So this guy here with the red hair, this guy in the front row, in the corner right here, he's been talking shit all game. So Pasternak just a little one-timer at him in the corner, and this guy likes it. He's clapping for it. He's clapping. So a little shit talking there probably from that guy. Pasternak just want to teach him a lesson instead of getting a shot on net. Rask gets the puck. Oh my god. Oh my god. So Rask had the puck. He throws it up to McAvoy, whose momentum carried him back into Rask and almost put the puck between Rask's legs into the net. But Rask made the save on McAvoy. Getzlaf versus Matthews here in the defensive zone. Getzlaf on the faceoff. Can he win it? We've had a shit time for faceoffs here in this overtime. Matthews with a stick lift win, but Ho-Sang steals it, carries it into the zone, dumps it around. Marchand's there, and he takes the puck. What's he going to do with it? Pass it to the middle. That is tipped away. This is becoming a very lengthy overtime. My goodness. Matthews to Timashov, has it in front of the net. Not on the right-handedness, though. Weak-ass one-timer there from the point, and the Bruins are carrying it out of the zone. Marchand passes to Austin Matthews. I think he forgot what team he was on. It's been the All-Star game or something. But Nielsen carries it in and just loses it. Getzlaf up to Marchand, who is skating as hard as he can. Over to Ho-Sang in the middle of the ice, one-on-one here. Back to Brodin. Slapper. Oh, I thought that was gonna trickle in. Hansel with the shot. Brodin's slapper was barely stopped by Anderson. It trickled over him, but it landed on top of the net instead of going in the net. Pavelski dumps it in for the Bruins, and Nielsen with a little Mario jump there on the boards. So Zaitsev bringing it up for the Leafs, up to Matthews. This will be the last rush of this overtime. Mueller back to retrieve. Matthews has it. Goes to Nylander. Hansel gets it in front of the net. Timashov with a backhand attempt, but Rask was there to make the stop. We are 32 minutes into this video. We're only at Game 4. Oh, it's going to be a long video, boys, and I apologize for that. But you got to do what you got to do. Hansel here with the defensive zone face-off versus Nazem Kadri. 2 seconds left in this first overtime. And Kadri tries to shoot it, but Hansel lays on the puck. And we are headed to the second overtime. We are out shooting the Leafs by 4. But the game is still tied. And I need some water. Double overtime, a marathon commentary here from me. Bergeron versus Matthews here in the neutral zone. Bergeron gets a stick lift win back to Honka, over to Vlasic. The Bruins carry it in the zone and then pass it the opposite direction. Great. Camera does not even want to show me who that was. Bergeron has it in the neutral zone. He's just skating from boards to boards. Don't know what that's about. Carries it in, a little deke. Gets hit off the puck, but retrieves it. And then passes it to no one. Riley takes the puck. And the Leafs are out of their zone. Bringing it up into the Bruins zone is Marner, who dumps it in. Vlasic back to get it. A little board battle there. He wins it cleanly. Up to Nicky on the left wing. He dumps it in as well. Pasternak giving chase to Morgan Riley, but the Leafs get it out of the zone. No problems, but Nicky steals the puck from a Leaf there. Wheels around in the neutral zone. What's he trying to do here? Up to Pasternak, who dumps it in and chases after it. Connor Carrick picks it up, and the Leafs have cleared their zone. 25 minutes of commentary thus far in this game alone, of overtime commentary. Next goal wins. Vlasic up to Marchand, who loses the puck in the neutral zone. Little dumps it in, and that is, okay, he didn't want it. Getzlaf back to get it. Up to Marchand. Up to Pasternak, as I just don't know how long this overtime is going to be. Getzlaf gets it in front of the net to Marchand. Vlasic tries to pass it back to Marchand, but Marchand's stick was not on the ice, and the Leafs clear the zone. And they get it into our zone. Hornqvist carries it across and dumps it in. Marchand back to retrieve. Board battle here with JVR. Marchand kicks it out, and the Leafs pick it up. Stone carries it in with a big-time slapper. That is deflected, though, and does not make it to Rask. Little on the right boards. Hornqvist right in front of the net. Oh, my God. Rask with a big save on Hornqvist's chance. No one was challenging him. McAvoy. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. I did not see that play coming. I was not ready to tell you what was going to happen. Oh, man. DeBrusk with a lightning chance in front of the net. But big dick save there by Frederik Andersen. And Wenberg's out there with DeBrusk, who carries it in the zone. Carries it behind the net. One-timer. And one timer there from Winberg. He was on his offhand. It was a pretty good shoulder save there by Anderson. He shrugged, got his shoulders up there to make the save. And the Bruins are another rush here. A little 3-on-3. Fiala with some dekes, gets in front of the net, loses the puck though. Winberg, that does not make it to Anderson. Fiala, okay. He was too close to the net. Couldn't really get anything past Anderson there. Winberg has it over to Fiala, back to Winberg, and Reichel steals it. As we might be headed for a triple overtime game here in Game 4. My goodness, Nylander, that's cleared out of the zone. Zaboral has it. He carries it back in. Can we get somebody over there, please? McAvoy stick lift. Board battle with Zaboral. McAvoy takes the puck and tries to pass it into our net off of Rask's skates. But that, fortunately, does not make it into the net. And we have a defensive zone face-off here. For the Bruins, I'd imagine Hans will be out there now. Yep, he is. And he is against Austin Matthews. So they got their first line back out there. We got our fourth line. Hansel loses it. Big glove save there off the face-off win. Nielsen takes it, and a nice little snapshot. But Rask, strong with the glove. 37 minutes into this video. We're still in Game 4 of this series. I am sorry. But, you know, this is going to be an emotional high or an emotional low when this game's over. I'll tell you that much right now. Nielsen, once again, gets the face-off win. And the Leafs are setting up their offense here, but they lose it. Carlo takes it. And the Bruins clear the zone. Sorry, boys, for that yawn, but my God. 2 overtimes of commentating this. Gets boring after a while. JFK with the centering pass does not make it. JFK, second time to Hansel. There's one timed. Not sure where the puck went. But it did not go in the net. Nielsen back to retrieve. All the way around to Matthews, to Nielsen again. And Matthews carrying it in the zone. A little 3-on-2 here for the Leafs. Wheels around behind the net. No one's over there. Tries a centering pass, but we had somebody tie the guy up in front of the net. Zaitsev to Marner. What's he going to do with it? Passes it back to Zaitsev to Nielsen. And that is an attempted one-timer, but it goes the opposite direction for the Leafs. Matthews in front of the net. Oh, man, as I like hiccup burp there. Pavelski on a break. Does not have the speed, though, to get past Nielsen and Zaitsev, and he loses it. And the Leafs are on a little counterattack here with Austin Matthews. Back to Timashov, back to Matthews. Rask is there to make a little bit of a stop. Pastrnak carries it in for the Bruins. Over to Bergeron, and he gets hit. He gets decked. So the Leafs have had quite a few big hits this series. Pastrnak cannot pick the puck up. Gauthier does, however, for the Leafs. Pastrnak back to take it neutral zone, but he gives it right back to the Leafs. And who's that? Is that Timashov bringing it in? He wheels around the net. Back to the point. Big time slap shot there, but it misses the net. Carrick brings it in. Back to Riley again. He turns it over somewhat. Timashov gets it, though. Carrick to Riley to Carrick to whoever. They're just passing so much, I don't know. The Leafs lose it, though. Carlo has it all the way over to Marchand. He's going to carry it up and into the zone. Drop pass for Pastrnak. Pastrnak was not ready. Carlo, slap shot. Big dick save there from Anderson. Deflects it just high. Getzlaf has the puck, though, behind the net. Wheels around. In by himself. Tries to snipe it. Tries to use his long reach and his long stick to get around Anderson, but Anderson's not having it. 2 seconds left. Eric Fair. Oh, my God. Eric Fair had a last-second snipe attempt. As we are headed to a third overtime. This is my absolute nightmare. Let's just get right into it. Bergeron versus Matthews here in the center ice. Third time we've seen this game. Matthews wins another face-off. So he just has Bergeron's number in the circle. Oh my lord. Terrible defense to start the period there. As the Leafs first line gets a good chance, but they cannot convert. Rask with a big save. So Bergeron there carries it in, dumps it around. And the Leafs retrieve it. And they are up. Go 3-on-2 here for the Leafs. They dump it around. Matthews there to get it. The puck jumps over a stick. Bergeron picks it up. Tries to clear on the other side of the boards, but the Leafs are there. Once again, Riley to Carrick, whomever. Oh my fuck. Tipped in front of the net. Bergeron with a hat trick. Carrick and Hosanger, his second and third stars. This game, 5-0 lead in the third period. We blow it, we go to overtime. The game makes me commentate 3 overtimes just to watch the Bruins lose. We're headed back to Boston. Even series, so at least we still have a home ice advantage. But we are 40 minutes into this video, so I'm just going to try to make it as quickly as... I'm going to try to make it through this video as quickly as possible. First period, we are down. Pavelski scores, and then JVR and Brian Little score. We're getting outshot by 7 this period. Turn it around, please. We do not do anything of the sort. Zaboral scores, Leafs are up 2. They just have double our shots. Getzlaf gets one on the power play, though. Still getting outshot by 10, but we're only down by 1 now. Just need 1 goal, boys. Come on. 1 goal. Penalty kill. We killed off. 10 minutes left in this third period. We just need 1 goal. The Leafs got 5 goals last game. We can at least get 1, can't we? Please. Power play. Come on. Please. Fuck me. Down 3-2. Down 3-2. Up 2-1 in the series. On the road. 5-0 lead in the third period. All of a sudden, we're down 3-2 back on the road. I just don't know what to think about that. I just don't know. So I forgot to take Pavelski off the penalty kill. We're going to do just that. We're going to replace him with David Pastrnak because he has the best defensive stats of players that are not currently on the penalty kill. We'll do that. We'll put Honka back in on the PK and say fuck Mueller at this point. Honka, okay. So let's just move right ahead into Game 6 and let's just watch our season end here, boys. Early in the second round. Fuck, I did not mean to hit play game. Holy shit, I'm just losing it. Oh, I did hit simulate. Okay, hit simulate. Sweet. So, big dick game here. We have our backs against the wall. Can we come out strong? No, we cannot. But the game is still even. Kadri scores for the Leafs. Bergeron ties it up at the end of the first. Let's see if we can turn this around in the second. No, we cannot. Down 2 goals, headed into the third period. Brian Little and Nikita Zaitsev score for the Leafs. Getting outshot and outscored by 2. Come on, boys. Please. If we lose this game, man, I'm trading a bunch of you fuckers. Just want to let you know that. 10 minutes left. We need 2 goals. Power play. Let's start it right here. We cannot get a goal on the power play, and our season is over. Timashov, and then Brian Little scores again. Alright, boys. Well. Oh, you hear that sound? It's the window closing on our chances of winning a Stanley Cup. We are absolutely fucked. Eliminated from the playoffs in the second round by our division rival, the Toronto Maple Leafs. We had like 14 more points than them on the regular season. We swept the first round, but that did not matter in round 2. Epic collapse. Epic collapse. 5-0 late in the third period, and we lose that game. We fucking lose it. Are you serious? The Leafs are in the Stanley Cup final. Up 2-1 on the Oilers. Up 3-1. Oh my god, are they going to win the Stanley Cup? Well, at least we lost to the Stanley Cup champions, but, you know, a team that had 44 wins on the season and 92 points, they should not be winning the Cup. They should not be winning the Stanley Cup. They had a -17 goal differential in the regular season. But EA just decides they should win the Stanley Cup. So, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So we lost there in round 2. The Leafs won their series 4-2, 4-2, 4-1, 4-1. They fucking stomped the league. They stomped the Hurricanes too, man. Oh my lord. I was scared of playing the Hurricanes, but apparently I should have been scared of playing the Leafs. Whatever. Looking at our stats for the playoffs, Bergeron and Nicky were both point-a-game players. Bergeron down to an 86. That's unfortunate. He still has another year left on his contract. Hosang with 9, Pasternak with 8, Honka with 8. So we're gonna need to either majorly retool or just start to rebuild. Because rebuild. I'm fucking country as hell. My God. Because Bergeron will not be able to be a top line center anymore. The odds that Getzlaf will be a top line center are pretty low. Winberg's not a bad second line center, but I don't really like him as trying to be a first line center. Hansel's on his way out, so we need a fourth line center. JFK could play that guy, but play that role, but I'm not so sure. Marchand's getting up there, not quite the age of regression. He has about another year probably before that. So our top 6 wingers are fine. It's just we don't have our top 2 centers are going to be a little bit weaker this year. And Vlasic should be regressing quite a bit as well. And Rask, how did he do? 237 GAA with a 922 save. So he wasn't the all-star that he should be in the playoffs. But, you know, whatever. So let's see the draft order. I don't think we have any first-round picks. We shouldn't. We really shouldn't. 1 second as I try to figure out where I should scout. Let's check out these Russian defensemen. See what they got going on over there in Russia. So the Leafs won the Cup. The Chicago Wolves won the Calder Cup. Salary cap increase there. Alright, boys. That's it for year 5. We lost again in the playoffs. At least we did not lose to Montreal, but we lost to another divisional opponent in the Toronto Maple Leafs. Retired players. Joe Pavelski retired, so he's the only guy to go. However, we have a lot of regressions, so rough year. Just rough year. I mean, we played awesome in the regular season. We played awesome in the first round of the playoffs. We just shat the bed there in the rest, or in the second round, I should say. So that's that. Let's take a look at what we're looking at in terms of like trade values and stuff. Disappointing, man. I'm just so disappointed. So we have our first, which should be like low to mid 20s maybe. Liljegren hopefully could see an overall jump. He might be able to play second line minutes for us, something like that. But just not a great year all around. Bergeron's down to an 86. Just so disappointing. Just so disappointing. Mueller was pissed the fuck off. My God, 78 overall. He did not like his ice time in the playoffs. Did not like getting eliminated from the playoffs either. So that might turn out to be a rough pickup for us. So we'll have to see if he changes his attitude a little bit in the offseason. But that's that, man. That is that. Rough. Just rough all around. Looking at guys who need to re-sign, or who have contracts expiring. Pasternak's going to want a lot more money. Vlasic, hopefully we can get him for quite a bit less. For like 1 year, maybe we could play him on the second line or something if he regresses. Brodin is going to want a little bit more money. Liljegren and McAvoy. Getzlaf might want a little bit less. Don't know. Fiala probably want about the same amount of money. But we'll free up that cap from Hyman and Roussel. DeBrusque and JFK could pay them a little bit. So a bunch of guys with expiring contracts, including Tuukka Rask, on the back end. He's expiring, as is Bernier. So we'll need to make some changes there, or at least make some different sign some different contracts. I'm just losing it. That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. We'll be back next season. I don't know what the team will look like. I don't know if we'll try to compete or if we will try to retool / rebuild or do whatever. I'm just sick of this video. So if you enjoyed, like and subscribe, comment, do all that shit. and I'll see you guys next time.